The inner self is called the expanse. He's talking about the word that was used in Genesis. The knowledge in the inner self is called the waters over the expanse. And the facts belonging to the outer self are called the waters under the expanse. Before we are reborn, we do not know even that an inner being exists, let alone what it is, imagining there is no difference between the two selves. This is because we are absorbed by bodily and worldly interests and merge the concerns of the inner being with those interests. Out of distinct and separate planes, we make one dim, confused whole. So, it's something I've talked about a lot, and I talk a lot about it in the recent videos that I've made, and that is that when we meditate, with like the meditation that I have, you learn to separate from thought. See, because what happens is, like Swedenborg says here, the concerns of the world. Our consciousness merges or joins with fuses to our animal mind, our animal brain, our animal body. We're fused to it because we're overwhelmed by the sights and sounds and sensations and emotions, and we identify totally with our body. And we don't even know there's an inner, because our consciousness, see, your consciousness is supposed to delicately hover over the mind, subconscious, and the body, to rule, to rule, see, to influence, to provide a proper authority, a loving or good authority to the mind and body. But what has happened is that your consciousness fused with the sensual, the sensuous, and then was overwhelmed by it. See, and then you fell into it. See, you fell into your imagination, into thoughts, into worries. See, and sensations, and you hid there, and you said something was wrong, but you didn't know what it was. Well, once you begin to meditate, and I think God also makes this possible. He makes his light strong enough. He turns the dimmer up a little bit. He makes his light strong enough. See, and he somehow holds you separate. He holds you separate. So you can observe what you didn't ever want to see before, what you couldn't see before. Now you can see it. That's what we're talking about now. Okay. Remember the beautiful story, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, remember? Where there was Ebenezer Scrooge, and he was not so different from us, was he? He was greedy, selfish, okay, pompous on the outside, but inferior in the inside, mean-spirited, judging other people, angry, resentful. See, just like most everybody underneath, okay? But then that angel came and took him and showed him. See, showed him what would happen if he didn't change. Well, similarly, when in God's light, you not so much see what will happen, but you see what you were. You see your resentments, and before you thought they were fine, and your selfishness says, and your judgments of others. You thought it was okay. All of that was okay. Now you see something wrong with it in God's light, and you're able to separate from it instead of submerging and joining and merging with it. You see? Well, I think I better stop now. It's been 24 minutes. Very beautiful. I'm using my Kindle here. This is my Kindle Paperwhite. And I have Volume 1 of the Heavenly Secrets. Emanuel Swedenborg's Heavenly Secrets. I have it on here. It's very nice. Okay. I hope you enjoy this little talk. Okay.